Hey, Pearl, how are you today? Hey, and here's Minnie. Look at the pretty flowers I just planted. What? Oh, you're right. I almost forgot. Another day of SoulCARE.
Hi, everybody. This is James. Welcome to SoulCARE. We had a little trouble with our opening credits, which is okay because there have been changes. Hi, Trish. I'll wait for everybody to come on. Hello there. Hi, Guliam. Is it Guliam? Thank you, Trish. Thank you, Stacy, Carl Paris, Colleen, Tante, Eric. Thanks for joining me today. Wherever you are in the world. San Antonio. Okay, Sue Clifford. Hi, Kathy from Ontario. How's the weather up there, lady? Send you some nice, calming weather. Hello, Todd. Hi, Colette. Hi, Susie and Sherry, Samantha. I appreciate you guys taking up the time of your day to share this space with me and everybody else. Hi, Jen from Philadelphia. Everyone's rolling on in right now. I hope you had a great weekend, everybody. It's been a busy weekend. We still have 6 planets in retrograde, by the way. So you've been feeling kind of stressed and kind of like, the analogy I like to say is I feel like I'm being squashed by a big boot, pushed down. But that's retrograde, to slow things down, and it really causes us to stop. And really, it's a great time, of course, to reinvent ourselves, to have new goals. And we have a moon now in Virgo, full moon in Virgo, new moon in Virgo. So it's a good time also now for the goals, goal setting, and things you want to do, knowing what you want to do, and set those up. Good time for that. Hi, hello, Shirley from Harper Woods, Michigan. Barbie read one of my books. Thank you. I've written a lot of them, so you should read more than one. Thank you. I should be working. I'm working on another one, but it's very slow because there's so much going on in life, as they say. So while we get started, if you guys have some general questions you'd like to ask before we get going here, you can we can answer some questions if you'd like. General questions that'll help everybody. If you wouldn't mind, that'd be great. We can start with that. Intentions. Yes, I'm going to talk about that in a second, Renee. We'll do that in a second. But maybe just do questions now. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Sansu. From Munich. Nice, lovely. My favorite, one of my favorite cities, Munich. Very busy weekend for you. Okay. Well. Oh, you got the Soul's Journey deck, Valerie. Very good. I just did a reading this weekend with them. They're really, really good. And the Power of Love cards, too. Okay, Tiffany has a question. What's the best way to let go of the past and make peace? Well, you got to realize, Tiffany, that you have to live in the present moment. The past, the future's the future. Let it be. Let it go. You don't want to hold on to those things. So it's a matter of having a sense of really letting yourself be present with yourself and not letting the past bother you, resolving what's gone on in the past, and forgiveness comes into play. So forgiving the past, forgiving situations or people that did things to you that you felt were not right. When I look at that in people and situations, I always get to the point where I say people don't know any better. They're limited in some respects. So you got to find peace within yourself. You can't let somebody else find peace for you. And we can't blame other people. We just can't. It is we're responsible for our own selves. And it's almost like, we've had some odd, really bad weather with hurricanes and so forth. I often think it's like a tree, right? A tree in a forest, and the tree will be strong, whether it's a pine tree, an oak tree, whatever tree it might be. And it goes through different changes, the conditions, like different seasons, summer and fall and winter and spring. And it changes. The leaves fall down, the leaves come back. But the tree always remains standing. The atmosphere around is constantly changing, but that tree will remain standing most of the time. So with you, with us, we should remember that we're always going to stand. The conditions around us change, but you have to have that sense of self, a sense of centeredness and groundedness. And no one should affect who we are, because then we're giving away our power. So you have to be empowered with who you are. And that's what it is. It's also setting up boundaries. So the past has happened. That's already happened. Learn from what you can from it. The future is yet to be. So just live in the moment right now. And that's the best advice I can give you. Okay. Thanks, sweetheart. Good luck. Okay. A lot of people coming in now. Okay. Mira Vess. Hi, James. I love that you do this every Monday. Thank you. It has been super helpful, and I look forward to it every week. Good. Very good. Me too, Mira. Thank you. I've recently been falling down. I lost my mom and grandparents in the last 5 years, and it's been difficult, especially without my mom. I believe she is with me. Of course she is. There's no death. There have been more than a few validations. My question to you is, how do you keep the faith when you are so sad and they're not physically here anymore? What do you do to keep your vibration high? Well, Mira, the number one thing is, as you know, there is no death. So she's around you. And it's just you having a new relationship with her, but it's more of an energetic relationship, or, being aware of when she comes into your thoughts that you haven't lost her. And it's really a matter of having that relationship within yourself. Again, it goes back like to the first question. Try to find that sense of who you are and love yourself. You don't need anyone else to validate who you are. Going through grief is a hard emotion. It's a hard human emotion. It's a hard lesson to go through, but it doesn't have to destroy us. It can make us stronger. So it's up to us whether we're going to become victims or we're going to become and stronger, if you will, empowered. Victims are empowered, and it's just an experience. You'll see them again. Hard, but they shouldn't define your life. You have to define your own life. So when things like that, how do you get over the sadness? I just go within. I find things that make me joyful, make me happy, and start pursuing them and my passions that I have, things that will bring me happiness. That's what I go to. And I think that's what you need to do. And sometimes it's a change in our attitude. Sometimes it's a change in our lifestyle. And it's a change within ourselves. But everything is an opportunity. So look at this as an opportunity to grow, to have a positive relationship within yourself. It's important. And it's important we do the work. We can't just talk about it or say things. We got to do the work. We got to really explore about what's going on deep within us. Sometimes it's a matter of whether you take classes or go to a therapist or read books, if you will, go to research, but finding out who you are and living that life. It's very important. We don't waste life. Okay, good. Good luck. Amanda, what is the best way to protect your space prior to a reading or before start of your day? I don't believe in protection per se, because if you say you have to protection, that means that there's something to be protected from. I don't believe there is. The only thing I think we need to get protection from is our own thoughts, our own mindset, if you will. So if it helps you to that, because I think there's only love. I don't believe in fear. Fear is of a human experience, not the spiritual experience. So in your own headspace, your own mind, you got to take care of your mind, your mindset. If it helps you to have a ritual to feel protected, or I would say aware, it's just a sense of, again, that strength of loving self. Or connected to the divine energy, which is pure love. So whatever you can do to do that as a ritualistic type of experience, that's great. So what I do in the morning when I take a shower, not every day, but when I feel like I want to be more energized and more empowered, I'll vision beautiful yellow golden light coming down through my head when I'm in the shower, going through the body and surrounding every cell and muscle and fiber with this beautiful God light, the divine universal light. And anything of lower vibration, if you will, any worries or limited beliefs or whatever it might be, or other people's energy that's around me that are not on a higher level, I'll imagine this beautiful light just takes that away. And with the exhalation, I just imagine that energy is like a darker energy, if you will, or a more dense energy. And that leaves my fingers and my toes and goes down the drain. So I'm filled with that golden light. And I do that all the time when I'm in the morning. I do that, especially when I'm going to meetings and things like that, where there's energy. You walk in a room, it's like sometimes funky energy. So that's a good way, but you don't be afraid of anything. Don't give fear any power. Okay. Joanie, what does it mean when spirits repeat the same pattern during readings? Well, it means that that's how they know you work. How do you work? How does a medium work? So in your mind, when they're coming through to your mind, it's mind-to-mind communication, they know there might be a certain way they have to communicate with you in order for you as a medium to understand that you receive this way. That's easier for you to receive with A, B, C, D, and E in a certain way. Otherwise, you might not get the information straight. So that's usually what it is. It could be something else, but to me, that's what it sounds like. Okay, good luck, Joanie. Colette, Hi from Liverpool. Hello, Liverpool. Cold. It's cold and damp there. I'm sorry to hear that. Loving my journey, mediumship one. Very, very good, Colette. So many bits of my puzzle coming together. Lots of soul family meeting up to. Yep. Lots of love between us all. A lot of friends feeling a little out, but connecting with their inner guide, with the inner guidance. Good. So this is important, Colette. Good for you. When you start this journey of opening yourself up, if you will, or becoming aware with your mediumship, intuition, meditation, different ways in, and you start having that relationship with your soul, it changes you. It changes your sense of who you are. It changes the world around you. I've said this before, and I'll say it again, that when you get into this sense of self, soul self, and you energize yourself with this divine love, becoming aware of it and using it, it changes the frequency. It changes the vibrational around you, because love is the fastest vibrational frequency there is. So when you are of love, and if you get in touch with that through mediumship, through intuition work, through meditation, um, that energy is all around you, and it vibrates all around you. And it goes out into the ethers, that vibration, that frequency. So it'll attract loving energy to you. So there's no way your life won't be affected in a very positive way. And the more you can get out of your head space and get into the heart space, it happens even more so. So that's my advice for you. But keep on going, keep on keeping on, Colette. It's very, very important. Um, and not only for Colette, but for everyone else, I want to talk today about, interesting that people will take a class of mine. They'll take a workshop, let's say, and they think they can do professional mediumship right away. But it takes years and years of development. Mediumship, not only mediumship, but other careers such as medicine. If someone wants to be a doctor, they got to go through years and years and years of training. You certainly wouldn't operate on someone if they had something wrong with them without having any experience or background. So same with mediumship. When you do the work, you should always be open to learning every day, learning something, developing every day. You should never get to a plateau, if you will. And a lot of people that I worked with and know of, students, say, oh, I just want to get to the end result. Well, there's no end result. You're going to keep on evolving, expanding, and trying to get the best you can for your mediumship, higher and higher and higher. It changes every day. So that's very, very important to note, that when you do something like this, getting involved in this type of work, that it really is a life work. It's a service. And it's something you really have to involve yourself in over and over again. I remember that when I started Mediumship 1 with people and Mediumship 2, we wanted to go further development circles and help them further. And that's why I put Mediumship 2 in there and Mediumship 3, because it's really important to develop further and further and further. I am going to, and some of you know this, in October, I'm hosting Lynn Probert, who is an incredible British medium, and we're going to be doing a 5-day workshop together and a demonstration in Orange County, California. But it's an in-person, not on Zoom. It's an in-person 5-day workshop. And those who know, I've worked with her before or have come to some of the workshops, she's quite an incredible tutor. And her and I together do really well, work really well. And here's the information right here. Experience Power of Love through Mediumship, an intensive 5-day workshop in Carlsbad, California. And that's the 24th to the 28th. And it's very, very thorough. So that's important. If you're interested, I suggest that maybe you think about doing that, because it's pretty good. I'm going to read you the details about it. Strengthen your connection to spirit and take your natural gift of mediumship to a whole new level by tapping into the power of love. So we're using love because love, like life, never dies. And it's that energy of love that spirit people come in. So we're going to use more and more of that energy. We're going to talk a lot about that over the week, about using that energy of love. First of all, you have to find it within yourself. So we're going to discover and discuss about how bringing that love into yourself, understanding who you are. Maybe you see yourself in a very, very different way, with a very, very different light, and in a different light. So we're going to do that first, getting a sense of love of who you are, and using that energy to make your mediumship even stronger. So the 5-day mediumship intensive is open to all levels, from the curious to the established intuitive worker. It definitely is a life-changing opportunity, no doubt about it. And allow your soul to shift in the frequency of pure, we're just talking about this, unconditional love. See, I just wrote this, so that's why I'm still on this. When you exist in this loving space, you'll be amazed at how obstacles vanish. It's very, very true. Things happen, miracles happen when you use love, and you don't have to do anything. You just got to be a sense of yourself, and things happen. This morning, I was out by my garage, and I've been thinking about getting my doggies a a bath that I had to call a groomer, a mobile groomer. I haven't gotten around to it. And then all of a sudden, the truck pulls up my driveway and it's a groomer. I'm like, how did you get here? They said, oh, I guess we took the wrong street. I said, nope, you're on the right street probably because I needed you. So that's how that happened. Things like that happen all the time because when you're in that space of vibration of love, miracles happen every day and you're preparing yourself for miracles. So this is a great way to start the 5-day workshop. I'm going to tell you specifically the specific bullet points of the course. Gain understanding of techniques and mechanics of mediumship. Practice techniques to control and amplify your connection to the spirit realm. Retrieve past life memories and experiences for your soul's optimal growth. So, for instance, what in a past life held you back in this life? What belief systems, if you will? What relationships with family or friends? The sense of who you are from past life to present life. What has changed? Learn how to demonstrate and read spirit messages, psychic insights in front of a group. So it's going to be a great week. I hope you can join me. And there's also early bird pricing through October 1st. And that's important that you know that if you're interested. So if you want to go to vampire.com or also the JP School of Mystical Arts, and there's vampire.com. Okay. Hello from Israel. Hello. So if you have any questions regarding that 5-day course within Probert, feel free to ask me and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Studying to connect with my boyfriend that passed recently. So Corey, a lot of people do that. A lot of people lose someone and that pushes them into their path. Happens all the time. Dramatically and unexpected. Yeah. And it suggests I'm really struggling, trying to faith. Corey, you got to take it slow. It's a very traumatic experience when you lose someone just like that quickly. Number one, realize he's not dead. There's no death. Then he's around you. But it forces you to stop and question what's going on. You can connect with him. You can connect with him. You're studying to connect with my boyfriend. That's fine. Hopefully you can take the 5-day course. It'd be better to do that. But it's just a matter of really becoming aware of yourself again. That soul self, that same theme keeps on coming up, empowering your soul. So sit in the quiet. I sit in the quiet for 15 minutes every day. And I say quiet, I use it to a closet. I sit inside a closet and I just listen to my breath, breathing in and breathing out. And you'll be really amazed of how things around you start changing, shifts of energy, subtle energies. And that's a good way to get in tune with him and as we come up behind you and be with you. It's hard, though, to get someone like that in if he's just passed, because you're usually in a space, Corey, where there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of stuff in your mindset, blocking things because you're worrying, you're in grief. So it's hard because they have to use that space in the mind, and it's clogged with a grief and emotional upset. It's harder for them. So it's much easier if you relax yourself. You'll find the best messages will come to you when you're in the shower, when you're driving the car, when you're reading a book, because you're not thinking of it. So when you're not thinking of it, he'll be able to come through. So give it time, my love. Give it time. It's one day at a time. And God bless you. Okay. Hi, Lori. Hey, James, can a spirit come through before they pass when they're in a coma? Yes, I've had that happen with my own father. That's happened. Happens to a lot of people, actually. Does happen. Because a spirit the soul is out of the body. And before they pass out of the body permanently, they usually go out and come back in. It's very possible. Oh, and show you their service is being held. Okay. Showed me where I was sitting, all the people at the round tables, and when it actually happened, it was just as he showed me. Yes, of course, Laura, it couldn't be that like that, because remember, there is no time in that dimension. So when they're out of the body, there's a whole different world of time. And it could have projected to you exactly what's going to happen. So premonition, is showing you what it's going to look like. Very good. It shows me also that you're very much clairvoyant. So you should maybe develop that further. Okay. Hi, Lori Smith. Bringing heaven home. Margaret Kelly, what do you believe and think of deja vu are? I keep thinking I'm experiencing pretty much most of what's been going on in my life the past few months. Such a strange feeling. Good question, Margaret. So deja vu for me, it's very interesting because people used to think it's just you lived before, that's a place you visited before, you lived in that area before. I believe that's part of it. I think your soul, our soul is such a myriad of so much that Yes, I believe in past lives, that the soul could experience that space, that place, and that when you re-experience it in this lifetime, you'll have that soul memory of that. That could be a deja vu. That's mostly what people think about deja vu. Another part which I like a lot for the deja vu that makes more sense to me, or part of, is that when we leave our bodies at night, when we go to sleep, our soul leaves every night we go to sleep, and we travel to the astral world, spiritual realms, and we see our loved ones and our friends and our guides and teachers. And we also will see many, many times situations that will happen, that will occur in the future. And we prepare for those in whatever way we need to, whether we have to study for it, have to talk to a counsel about it, decide what's going to happen there. So when that event actually happens in real time back here on the earth, part of your soul's like, wait, I know this. I've experienced this before, because you have, out of the body. So I believe that's part of it. Good question, Margaret. Thank you. Hi, Dina Rocco. Great to see you. Thank you very much, Dina. Thank you. Allison Sicking. So awesome. I know I'll never click on. I just so happen to at this point. Meant to be. When you were talking about the tree, I'm actually working on self-love. I've always let others affect me to give away my power. Don't need to others to validate me. Can you do it myself? It's Allison. What other people think of you is none of your business. No one can love you more than you love yourself. So it's really, really important that you have that sense of self. You are not just thrown down here arbitrarily by the universe. You have a divine purpose to be here. And you might not be totally aware of that, but number one, it could be self-love. First, try to love self. And I'm telling you, when you start loving yourself, life changes. That's a big one. So awesome. I'm glad you're here, Allison. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Sandra. Do you ever read yourself? Use a conduit or allow others to read you? I have let others read me. Students of mine auditioning have read me. I've had, I don't get readings myself, actually, because I do a lot with students. And so I haven't. Every once in a while, I don't know, 3 or 4 years maybe. But I can't read myself per se. But I do know what's going on within myself. And that's really important. Again, here it comes again. So that own self be true. So I have a sense of, I know who I am. And I know how things are. And just if you have the ability to read yourself, I don't think anybody can read themselves, because you're here to experience the human condition, the human experience. And if you're given all the answers, you wouldn't grow. You give the answers to the tests, it wouldn't grow. So, no, I can't read myself per se. But again, I know who I am, and that's more important. Okay. Hi, Damien. Is there a certainty of reincarnation? Or can anybody confirm with seriousness that there will be reincarnation? Well, Damien, I don't know if it's like, yeah, you have to reincarnate. You don't have to do anything, really. As a soul, you're free to experience many different lives, expressions of life, different planets and solar systems and star systems. This is one of millions and millions, this Earth life. This is just one. Someone once asked me, my guides, what is the level of spiritual experience for Earth people? And they were laughing, and they said, the Earth is like a grain of sand on the beach. That's how vast the universe says are. It's just very small. So you can come back in, whether it's a physical body or another form of a body or a light body, if you choose to. And remember, it's just a vessel to learn from, to understand too. We have to be just like we went in space. In the 60s, they did the spacewalks. They had to put a spacesuit on because of the atmosphere. Same thing with us. We got to wear the spacesuit. We're in this meat suit, I call it, because we have to experience the human condition, the human atmosphere. So we need a human vessel, vehicle to do that in. And that's why we take on this flesh. This flesh is just temporary. It's just merely a temporary suit, if you will. So, and we, as souls, we don't have to reincarnate. It's all about learning. If we want to learn something further, we'll reincarnate, or we'll learn it on the other side. There's no forcing of any degree. Okay. Debbie Lopez. Hi, Debbie. I thank you for the bottom of my heart. You're very welcome, Debbie. Thank you. Oh, yes. Elizabeth Harrington on my website. She's very, very good. She works with children, parents. Yep. She helped me immensely. Yep. With my son. Yep. Thank you very much, Debbie. Yeah, she's a very special being, Elizabeth Harrington. Very special. Yeah, very good. Congratulations. And Debbie, it helps, again, I repeat that when you lose someone like a child or a partner, it many times will force you to go on your own spiritual quest, to get on your spiritual journey. I've known thousands of people that have gone through it that way. Colleen James, did it always feel natural to you to be a medium? Yes. I'd say, Colleen, it's very natural to me. It feels very, very natural. It's nothing, I don't have to work at it, right? It's something that shouldn't be worked at. It should just happen. It should happen. You have to, of course, progress and develop correctly and have the right mindset. But it's not, mediumship is a very natural type of experience. It's a natural skill. You're using the creative energy, if you will. Some use that creative energy for artwork. Some use it for accounting. Some use it for legal work. Whatever, however you use the energy, the creative force. And mine is mediumship. And mediumship is just very natural, just like death. Death is very natural. It's when the human mind gets in the way and all the emotional upheavals and control issues and so forth get in the way and cloudy things up in the human mind. Otherwise, it's very, very natural. Spirit comes through all the time when they speak and they say, death is nothing. It's hard. And I knew this when I had my near-death experience. The first thing I said was, dying is easy, living is hard. It's hard to live here on this earth. It's a really hard place. And human beings can be very difficult beings, I tell you. But death is very natural, and mediumship should be very natural. Okay. Hi, Meline. How are you doing, honey? Shadel. My question is probably an old one. Oh, I've heard these questions all the time, so don't worry. I receive signs and I believe we are all from love. We are. I keep losing or question about loved ones who seem to have horrible things keep happening to them, one after another. Such great people. So why do such bad things happen to such wonderful people? Well, I'm going to tell you this. The hardest lessons in life are reserved for those the most evolved. So that's the only way I can answer it, that they're pretty evolved beings, pretty lovely beings, and they will choose the hard road. They choose the hard road, the hard experiences, sometimes the hard deaths, because they're just evolved beings. That's what I found, Elaine. That's the only way I can answer that. Okay. Facebook user. I always think I'm happy to be the person I know I have become. I appreciate the gifts, not monetary, I have received over the years, have left me know I am being watched over. I have been given a good life. Leo rising, Cancer moon. Good, very good. I'm glad you appreciate it. I wore a shirt this morning called Gratitude. And having gratitude is a really good one, a good virtue to have. Gratitude, patience, and of course, the top, forgiveness. Good. Okay. Corey Russell Jones, thank you so much for your insight. This is so hard. I appreciate it. You're welcome, Corey. No problem, honey. Catherine, okay, Lisa Richard, how do you feel about out-of-body experiences? I had one during my first confession. I've had out-of-body experience. I used to do out-of-body experiences. I actually have a day in the spirit world, which is a course in a school. It's really about out-of-body experiences. I guide you through kind of an out-of-body experience to go into the spiritual realms. That's one day in the spirit world. And that's a course I created. So yeah, I love it. The Monroe Institute teaches people about how to leave the body, out-of-body experiences. It's very good. I also want to answer Catherine Millard here. Says, I'm financially strapped. Is money coming in? Catherine, so why are you financially strapped? First of all, you got to go back to you. Why are you financially strapped? What's going on within you that's not in balance? Why are you living a life of not having enough? You should have an abundant life, not always worrying about where the next dollar comes through. So you got to go deep within. What are your values? What are some old issues you're holding on to? They come from childhood, not having enough. So you really got to ask yourself that. When you can answer that and be very positive and think of yourself in a very empowering, abundant way and see yourself that way, that's when the money comes in. Okay, good. Robert Mystique. Hi, Robert. Love the last name. Do you hear voices clairvoyantly and the spirits directly talk to you, even stand next to you, and you can feel them whisper in your ear and touch your shoulder and stuff like that? Just stuff like that. Well, I work differently. Every medium is different. So everyone is clairsentient, which is clair feeling and clair sensing. So that sense or feeling, if you will. So I feel that, but I also am clairaudient where I hear I guess you could say, thoughts in my mind. They project words in my mind, and I pick them up. So words, so I don't hear objectively, which is outside myself. I hear subjectively, which is within. So I hear the words in my mind that they're rejected in my mind. That's how I'll hear them. And I get visions of things clairvoyantly. They project a vision into my mind, and I'll see that. So, and it depends on how the spirit wants to communicate. Some are much more visual, and some are more, if you will, clairaudient, some more emotional. So it all depends on how they want to communicate. The best communicators I've received have been the ones who have a good sense of humor, and very strong, good sense of humor, love to laugh, and are good people, smart people. Okay. Angie Toliver, could astral traveling explain not being able to remember dreams? I don't know about that, Angie. I don't know that would be astral traveling. What you should do is have a dream journal next to your bed, and you should write down your dreams. And if you put that intention out there, that you will have that you'll remember your dreams. I'm going to retain my dreams. I guarantee you'll start retaining them. In your conscious state, you'll wake up with a conscious mind and be able to write them down very quickly. So it's more the different levels that we're on when we travel. But if you do that, have the intention of copying down your dreams on a pad, it'll work. I don't know. What happens to suicides as they cross over? Do they go into a hospital on the other side to help them get better? Depending, Anna, sometimes it depends on how bad the situation is. What is the condition of their passing? It all depends. Sometimes I've done suicides, they leave the body, come right back, and they're fine. It depends on what's in their mindset. So that's really what they need. They might need help emotionally. Maybe they completed suicide because they didn't love themselves enough, or maybe they're missing out on some kind of emotional experience, a date or somewhere. And sometimes just get their head on straight. So there could be hospitals per se. I don't think what they can call the hospitals, but places or spaces that they go to where there are like counselors and therapists that we would know as counselors and therapists that would help them to see their mind clearly, to become aware of who they really are, not who they think they are, but who they are. So there is that. And every suicide is different. And there are some suicides, we got to think about it, that we shouldn't limit it, because there are some suicides that the soul group decided that would be a great experience for the rest of the soul group to learn from. So that was destined to happen. So I don't know. I don't think it's good to cut class, but I do think there are some suicides that might be destined. Interesting. Okay. Hi, Matt. Thank you for sharing yourself. You're very welcome. Is there a good way not to be drained of doing psychic communication with light spirit, light guides, or card reading for others? Yes. You should take Psychic Portals #1, my course, because I talk about running your energy. And running your energy, you should never be tired or exhausted. If you are, you're not doing it the right way. So you should be still receiving. As you're giving out, you're receiving energy. So Psychic Portals, I talk all about running your energy, which you should be doing all the time, especially when you do psychic readings, because it should not deplete you if done the right way. Okay. Angel Aguilar, my sister's going into a dementia existence. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's a tough one. She was the first human that understood me and my connection with spirit. Okay. Do you have an understanding of why we would choose to disconnect our human experience? I don't know. Angel, but I will tell you this. I'm sure it has anything to do with it, but I would say that souls come back, and some souls come back in lifetimes to perfect the mental body. So let's take on mental issues, or perfect the emotional body. So a lot of emotional experiences, or something physical. So you have a lot of physical different experiences. So it depends on what they come back for to learn. So it could be with your sister. She's going through to perfect the mental body, and that might need an experience that she needs to have to perfect that body. And that's all I know. And that's a really limited answer, but I don't know enough about it to give more. I think it so goes beyond what we can understand in this three-dimensional world. Good luck there, sweetheart. Okay. Julie West, how do you hear your spirit guides? Well, I first sit and hear my own soul. So I first have a sense of who I am before I'm able to become aware of them. And I don't hear my guides. I become aware of them stepping into my space. I don't go for names of my guides. It's more like an energetic type of feeling. Again, there's meeting your guides. There's a course in my school about meeting your guides. I've written books about meeting your guides, but I point out quite a bit that it's more of an energy feeling you should have, and should connect with your own sense of self. So what does your energy feel like? Once you understand that, then you can introduce into your space a guide, a philosopher guide. What does that feel like? What does a career guide feel like? What does a joy guide feel like? So you have to first know who you are before you're able to sense, if you will, the other energies in the room. That's important. Again, Julie, it's not work you just jump into. You've really got to look at it and really want to develop it and learn it. That's why the 5-day course with Lynn Probert, it's a really great opportunity for people, for you guys, to really go within and learn basic tools of communication with your guides, with your own self, your higher self, with your own loved ones, techniques, running your energy. We're going to do all of that sort of thing during that 5 days. So it's a very valuable course. And that's why I wanted to share that with you. So all of your questions pertain to this, which is really interesting. Okay. Well, and tonight's show on Both Sides Down Beyond, which is tonight. Kelly White is off again for tonight, but instead, I'm going to have a good friend of ours, Dr. Shirley M. Pinelli, and she's going to talk to us about, we're going to share this, really coming back from COVID, from the trauma of going through COVID. What is the traumatic effect of it, and how to recover from it? How to recover from COVID, from our dealing with COVID, the traumatic byproducts of COVID. So that's tonight. So that's tonight, Both Sides Now, and that's at 6 o'clock Pacific time, and that's right here. So hopefully you'll join Shirley and myself for that. And until next time, be good to yourself. Okay. God bless. Bye-bye.